Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, and we've got a good one for you today, please do us a favor and like and subscribe. It would really help us out. Now, let's get to that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got actress and model Bar Paly with me. So welcome, Bar.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
This is a big episode for me. I'm such a fan of yours. I think you do such terrific work. Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Good for my ego, apparently, hearing all those compliments. No, thank you.
So let's start here. Talk to me a little bit about what made you want to be an entertainer. How did you get into the entertainment business?
Ooh, the entertainment business. I think I always, since I was little, literally every time you speak to my parents and they'll attest to that. Yeah, since I was little, if you ask other kids what do you want to be, it's always was, like a teacher, firefighter, astronaut, what kids want. And then I was the little annoying kid who goes, I'm gonna be an actress, with exactly that face. So yeah, I think it's always was something that I was interested in and I loved. And I blame my parents because they definitely, since I was very little, took me to, theater and ballet and concerts and all this stuff. And I think, as a young girl looking at the stage with all those beautiful costumes, and it's just this magical world that you get to experience. I think that was probably what sort of put the little seeds.
Good parenting.
I guess. I mean, it depends. They may be rethinking their strategy now. Too late. They're like, she could have been a doctor. Should have taken her to hospitals. No, but yeah, I think that's something I always wanted. And yeah.
Well, when you're going through school, I mean, were you in the theater in school?
Well, yes, I was. I went to performing arts high school.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, in Israel where I grew up, once you get to high school, I suppose you can audition to be in the performing arts one. And yeah, I did it. I think I was 13, 14. I'm not sure exactly what the age was, but yeah, I auditioned. I got in, and it was very exciting because they have like, very strict audition process, which is traumatizing, I think, for a child. But I guess
well, yeah,
I remember. I mean, I remember that experience in general. It was very nerve-wracking, but I suppose that what builds you for what we're doing now, which is a lot of auditions, a lot of no's, a lot of pressure. So yeah.
Are you auditioning now mostly remotely, or are you still going in person?
Mostly remotely, but to be honest with you, I sort of was maybe ahead of the time a bit on this one because I travel so much. I used to send a lot of my audition tapes remotely because I'd be in Israel or somewhere in Europe and they're casting here.
Or nothing to you then. You were ready.
I was, and yet look at me. I'm so awful with the Zoom thing. I can set up a camera, I can record the audition and send it off. But once it's this new technology,
I should have sent you my questions, and then you could have just read them on camera and answered them and sent it back to me.
So much easier. Yeah. See, if somebody else could also write me my text as my answers, would have been perfect.
Oh, yeah, me too. I need somebody to do that for me. I think I read.
See, now you get the whole acting thing.
Oh, I understand. I could not be an actor. I think it's such a difficult profession, especially if you want to be successful at it. It's not, it's not a very welcoming profession to make a career out of. You have to work at it.
Oh, well, I think you have to work at everything, I mean, you can, I suppose a lot of people always say that, it's so hard and there's so much competition and whatever, but I feel like in every field, there's going to be competition, there's going to be, job interviews, there's going to be I suppose anything you're really passionate about and work hard for, it's going to be, it can apply to every field.
That's a good
I
point.
feel, in a way.
I think I read, and you can tell me if I'm right or not, but I think I read that
Mhm.
growing up, you were pretty good with the piano.
Oh, yes. I, okay, this is like, because I was born in Russia, USSR back then,
Yeah.
just dated myself. But yeah, it's very, it's very, I suppose, common for the Russian culture, at least back then. I don't know how things are now, that a child would study some kind of musical instrument or go to gymnastics of the sort. And yeah, as a diligent Russian kid,
That was your only two choices: musical instrument, gymnastics.
yes. But they did let you sort of pick which musical instrument,
Well, that's nice of them.
violin, piano.
Yeah.
I went
So
with
do
a
you
huge
play,
piano
did
thing.
you play any other instruments?
No, just piano. I
Yeah.
studied piano for probably about 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But
Can you
since
still
I
play?
was very young, I can if you put musical notes in front of me.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm beyond rusty. I don't have a piano here at home, so I don't
That was my
practice or
next question.
anything.
Do you have a
Yeah.
piano in your house? You have to
Nope.
get a
Nope.
piano.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I never enjoyed it that much. At least as a child, it was never something that I was passionate about in that aspect. So I think once I was old enough to say, yeah, okay, it's not my thing. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna take
And
any
you're
more
like,
classes. So I think I never sort of continued with it, which today I definitely am more regretful about, because I
yeah.
mean,
I
would
mean,
have
I
been
get
awesome
that.
to just
My poor aunt was a music teacher, and she tried for 2 years to teach me piano,
do.
and I hated it, and it hated me. But that was 2 years. I didn't do it for like a decade.
10. Yeah. Well, at least in 2 years you realize what's happening. And I think with me it's I think once I was old enough to sort of tell my parents, not my thing, I don't want to do it anymore. They accepted it.
Oh, I knew literally within minutes that this was not for me. And I stuck it out for as long
Wait,
as
you study piano as well?
No, well, yes, I was trying to do piano, but I knew immediately that it was a horrible mistake. I was terrible. But she tried for 2 years to, God love her. She tried, but it did not take me long to realize I should probably try to pick up a ball and play a sport, because musically I was terrible.
See, but at least it sort of helped you figure out the other things.
Yeah. So
no,
which
it's hard.
came,
It's hard.
It is hard,
Yeah.
especially when you're younger, because you kind of do whatever your parents put you into.
Yeah, you sort of, this is a thing. But I guess it's good also that the parents sort of, push you into
Well, they want you
different
need
stuff.
to try things.
Yeah, and also like it's a cool skill to have if you would continue and not like me just forget
you should
about
at least buy a keyboard.
No, I have one of those, not here, but back in my home in Israel. I still have one of those, the little electrical.
Yeah, you should have something to play with.
Once every 5 years I'll bust it out for
you can get it for
seconds,
holidays or something. Bring it out.
Just to make everybody around me suffer. This is too much joy happening here around the holidays.
Let me fix that
down. Yeah.
So which came first? What was the acting first, or was modeling first?
Well, the acting obviously was, something I always wanted to pursue, and I went to the Performing Arts High School, so I performed there and studied. So that in a way came first, but as my first paying jobs, the modeling obviously came beforehand, because I think around 17 years old, I was discovered, as you may say.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for somebody to come discover me.
to discover.
Running out of time.
No, it's gonna happen. Never let go. But yeah, and then yeah, I got signed with a modeling agency and started working. So I guess in that aspect of an actual job, modeling came first.
Did that help you? Because there's a little bit of acting that goes into modeling, I think. You know, you're playing kind of a role, even if it's just a film shoot. Did that help you with when you went, you know, actually into acting for a career?
It's honestly, it's two completely different things, because I don't know how to explain it. Maybe in a way it did also help, but I don't know, because for me they're so different. In modeling, everything I suppose is portrayed visually, even if you're playing you're supposed to be a character who's, you know, wearing Gucci gowns that cost $1 million each. So in a way you're playing that character in the picture, but it's not an image that's created by you. There's, you know, makeup artist, hairstylist, clothing stylist, you know, the photographer, everything around you. So it's not an image that you, I suppose, have a lot to do with.
Sure.
And also, I suppose the modeling thing, it sort of makes you very aware in a way of, you know, how you look externally, but very to the extent that I think you know, just as a normal person you wouldn't be. So in a way, it's also when you are, or at least when I started working as an actor in the beginning, when I was just, I suppose, transitioning from the modeling world, it's odd, because in a way, in the back of my head, something always would be like, oh, well, this is your better angle. Oh, and then you're not, I suppose, completely committed. Like,
yeah, I guess
to
me, I would have thought it would have made you more comfortable working, you know, with a group of people, but maybe it made you more self-conscious being with that, because you were thinking, am I you know, am I at my best? You know, is this my best angle? That type of thing.
Yeah, I guess it's both. You brought up an interesting, I suppose, point there, that you are more used to being on sets and surrounded by a lot of people, and, you know, that whole hair, makeup, craziness process, lighting. So on that aspect, I actually never thought about it, but you're right. Maybe in that you're not as deer in the headlights when you experience that madness of being on set.
Somewhere.
And we found it, and
we had to dig for it, but it was there.
See, we found it.
So I think that's right, teamwork. I think the first thing I remember seeing you in was this movie. I had read the books called The Ruins.
Yes.
Yeah. The book was, Ruins. I don't usually like scary books or movies, but I'd read that one. The book was really good. The movie was really good, but you had a little appearance in that.
Yeah, I did. It was, actually one of my first sort of parts here in Hollywood. It was a lot of fun, and I got to they put this crazy makeup on me, because I suppose I was playing partially there like a corpse. Like there is the before, and there is the scary parts. So I remember that whole
I vaguely remember it. I had my eyes closed part of the time. So
oh yeah, that's scary. I get it. Now you also sort of go they put makeup on you on that corpse scene. Sure. It was really definitely a big sort of, well, I think one of my first experiences with like special effects makeup, and you know, a really big set,
pretty neat.
Studio movie, and
well, and then you started popping up in different things. I mean, you were just kind of hilarious in Pain and Gain. I loved you in that.
Yay!
Yeah, that was so good. Yeah, it was so good. And then you had like, I'm a baseball fan, so you had a role in $1 Million Arm.
That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That's pretty good. And if I remember right, it was Pittsburgh was the baseball team that the guys were trying to get to, because I'm in West Virginia, but we're about 3 hours away from Pittsburgh, so that's kind of That's our area,
Uh-huh.
which made the film kind of.
So you were rooting for them even more.
That's right. That's right. Or
No,
are you a baseball fan?
Oh my goodness. Not to offend anybody, no, but I know nothing about any sports. So it's not baseball specific. Any sports fan can hate me now.
Are you
I have
watching?
no clue.
Well, are you watching the Winter Olympics?
The winter one, I'm not, actually wasn't. I should. I do enjoy usually watching the Olympic stuff. I do.
Oh,
It's
that's the one thing I think even non-sports fans, you can kind of get into a little bit.
You know what? I wish they did something before the Olympics where they took a bunch of regular people who are not athletes and made them, try to do one of those whatever,
if they do
jumping,
that, you and me are
swimming,
going out.
We're
doing
just so we as the regular audience understand how impossible and how hard it is with those
if they do that,
athletes
let's try out. Pick your event and you and I will try out for it.
And I mean, imagine the ratings on that one. A bunch of people like us just trying to, I don't know, do synchronized swimming.
I mean, it'd be great until we were horribly injured trying to do something.
Yeah, ratings.
Maybe synchronized swimming. That one, maybe I could not kill myself. Maybe.
Maybe. That's a big maybe for all.
Could we do it? Could we do it where, like in the part we could stand in where we're not actually having to float?
No. We have to try to do it the way that pros do it, just so everybody understands how amazing those people truly are.
Well, so for the winter,
for the art.
Well, it's for the art. That's right. But for the Winter Olympics, would you be like a skier, a skater? What would you try?
Ooh, that's I am so awful at any type of sports, but I tried my first ice skating this Christmas season.
Oh, very nice.
Which was my first time on ice. So I'm gonna go with ice skating because in my mind, while I was falling and grabbing strangers just to keep myself stable, in my head I was definitely looking like those very graceful and amazing of course pros on ice. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
All right, you go with that one. I'll be a skier. Although you can't tell it by looking at me, but back in the 80s, I was a pretty good roller skater.
Oh wow. With the 80s. The 80s were big on roller skating.
Yeah. I had to, I liked some girl that hung out at the skating rink, and I had to learn to skate backwards and, to impress her. And that worked for a couple of months. And then some other older Yahoo came and stole her away. So
he was just better backward skater.
I think that was it. I think, he probably had better hair. That was probably the selling point. Although back in the 80s, I had pretty good hair. It just, I didn't appreciate it. And it just went away.
It looks great either way.
Oh,
but by the way, the 80s pictures, I think that was the hair big, and did you have bangs?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I had,
be honest.
I don't know if you'll know the reference. I had like Sean Cassidy hair. So it was like the feathered kind of hair.
Oh, like the
it was just kind of like I had like it was almost like a horse brush that I would just go and it would feather it back. So I had that, but it stood up not crazy high, but a little bit high and kind of long in the back. And then
so it was like a little bit of a mullet happening.
No, it wasn't quite a mullet. It was more curled,
but a little bit inspired.
Maybe a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then the girls all had the higher the better as far as they were. I mean,
Hairspray never seen better sales than the 80s.
So you were growing up probably more in the 90s, like when you were a teenager.
Yep.
Yeah. There was still some pretty big hair in the 90s too.
Yeah, I think in my time it was already all about the more grunge look. Unwashed sort of.
Well, I know you weren't skateboarding, so you could look grunge, but I know you weren't skateboarding.
I wasn't literally I was never doing any sports. Yeah, I'm so awful.
Yeah. Do they ask you to do any stunts on any of the shows or movies that you've been in?
Absolutely, yes. That's actually one of the more fun parts of the
Well, so you're a
the
little
job.
bit, you've got a little athletic ability then.
Oh no, I have ability, because yeah, I mean, almost for every part that I have to do, that it's sort of, the tough girl. You have to like learn certain new stuff. Like I had to learn how to fight with Psy. It's
Very nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was very cool, like to spin them and all this. So I can do it, but takes a lot of practice and
Yeah.
hard work.
Did you
Yeah, but I
dance
do
at all
enjoy
growing
all
up?
those. No dancing. I told you I had like, gymnastics or ballet or musical
Yeah, I
instrument.
forgot. I
So
forgot. You only had the two
that
choices
is
that time.
musical instrument. That's all I had.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. It's been a few years back now, but what was the
Mhm.
movie where you were playing kind of the nerdy girl in the game store, in like the GameStop?
Oh, it was it was like a series that they did.
Yes, yeah, series. That's a
Yeah, I'm
movie.
not
Yes, series.
even. Yeah.
It was Game
It was
something, right?
GameStop. I think it was
Oh,
called
at
GameStop.
GameStop. I said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
about the store, the store
Yeah.
operators. Yeah, it was a little funny little thing we did
You were the
back
nerdy
then.
girl, but like the nerdy girl that there's really none of those out there. That's
Oh,
like
there
the.
are out there. I mean, I think I consider myself sort of that nerdy girl, not to that extreme, but yeah,
Well, I
like
heard that
video
you actually
games. I
you
like.
played some video games. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. So I am sort of,
All right.
the undercover nerd, I suppose you can call it.
What's your
I
game?
feel
What's
like
your
today
video game?
everybody is. Well, right now I'm doing Call of Duty. That's what
Oh,
I'm into now. But there was this amazing game. I think it was called The Last of Us.
oh
I
my
love
gosh,
it.
my son
Have you
loves
ever
that.
played that? Oh,
No.
it's
It's
so
it's
good.
another one's kind of scary, but he
It
loves it.
is.
He raves about it. And I think it's going to be like a TV show or a movie.
Ooh, that's. I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. He'll be
But
very
yeah, that
impressed
was
that you played
definitely
it.
one of my favorite. Yeah,
He'll be impressed with that.
The
And you're
Last of
right.
Us. I'm gonna
Like,
look up into that whole movie thing. Yeah.
yeah, you need to get your role in that.
Hmm. The
Yeah,
Last
I'll
of
make
Us.
some calls.
I'm on it. Yeah, put it out there.
I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there. Because you're right. Like when I was growing up, and even when you were growing up, being nerdy or geeky, not necessarily a good thing at that time. But now everybody's that way. It's like it's cool to be nerdy.
Sorry, you got frozen there. I sort of got the beginning of
I
it
was like,
and the
well,
end,
maybe
but
not.
yeah, I
No, so
can.
I was
Oh yeah,
saying,
your
I was
internet
saying it
connection is
was,
unstable.
yeah. Are you good now?
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
I think I can hear you. Yes.
All right.
Now we're good.
No, I was saying that back when I was growing up and you were growing up, not necessarily cool thing to be nerdy, but now everybody's nerdy. It's kind of the cool thing to be now.
Yeah, I think it's sort of the definition of what's nerdy maybe changed in a bit. Because
Yeah.
everybody, I mean, even when we were younger or whatever, everybody had their like little hobby that maybe others would consider not
Yeah.
as cool or trying to fit in with the others. But yeah, I mean, nerdy is cool. I always
Nerdy's
thought
cool.
nerdy was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. When I get better at Photoshop, see what my plan is to start putting my guests in behind me, right? So the thing here is that everybody's supposed to be yelling Khan, right? From Star Trek. They're yelling Khan. So when I get better at that, then I could throw you back there. I just have to find a picture where it looks like you're yelling at somebody, and I'll throw you in there.
Oh, come on. Here, I gave you that.
There you go. Now I got
previous freeze frame
Now I
on
got
that
it.
one. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Just watch out if I ever become good at Photoshop. I have to have somebody
At
do
Photoshop, I'm gonna put all my efforts to that never happening. Sorry.
You'll be sending me stuff to distract me, to keep me
Yeah.
doing other things.
Absolutely. Being like, so this guy, make sure he never gets Photoshop lessons. I'll get all the other guests on the cause too.
Okay. Although a few of them, they probably like to be on there. Not too many women.
Screaming.
It's mostly the guys. They mostly.
Yeah. See,
Oh, yeah.
That's
Women
what
don't
happens.
really want to be on
Mm.
there.
This is my better side.
That's right.
You can do that,
That's
but
the
from this
that's
side,
that's the modeling. That's where you learned what your better side was.
see, all
Is that
comes back full
true?
circle.
Is that true? Do you really learn? Like, do you really have a better side?
I mean, no, but I mean, we aren't symmetrical. Nobody's face is completely symmetrical, and you're gonna look slightly different, from this than from that. People
But you always
have their
hear that,
favorite
right?
side.
Yeah, you always hear that. It's this is my good side. This is my good side.
Yeah, but I think it's all in the head. It's like,
It's all in the
I
head.
prefer myself from this side, but I'm sure if you ask, 20 other people, they or wouldn't see a difference, most likely, or would disagree. It's I like my hair to this side, and he likes that way. We're all insane, and we're showing
I have
it in
eliminated that
slightly
issue.
different ways. See, you like the hair like this.
I couldn't decide, so I just like.
See,
Yeah,
that's a choice.
So I always play this game before I have a guest on. I go around to the family, so like my mother, my wife, the kids, and say, where do you know this person from? Right? But I think that's always kind of fun. I just give them a picture, but I don't give them any clues. So my son immediately, well, actually I could say both my sons immediately said, she was on How I Met Your Mother.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's so.
So they knew you from there, and admittedly, they loved that show, and they like recently rewatched it. So it was kind of fresh in their mind. But that's the one they picked. They're like, she was on How I Met Your Mother. I was like, all right.
That's so funny. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
That's all right. So my mother, big NCIS fan. So of course that's where she knew you from. She's like, she's from that NCIS show, not the first one, but they're out in like LA. I was like, that's right, Mom.
Yes, the one in LA. That's sweet. That's amazing.
Yeah. But she's a big fan of yours. She was like, oh, she's so good on there. So there you go.
Tell her thank her for me.
So I've seen you on a few things, but my stuff tends to be a little more nerdy. So I saw your appearance on iZombie, which was really cool. And then there was a show with Jean-Claude that you were on a bunch of episodes. Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious. I thought that show was terrific. Yeah. I wanted more seasons.
Sorry. You again. I got the beginning and the end, but not the middle. It's interesting. We can do like a
How do you know I'm not doing that on purpose and there's nothing wrong with your internet?
I'm just trusting you. It's all about trust. Me and you.
Now, I was saying that that show I thought should have got more seasons. I thought it was funny. Jean-Claude was good in it. I thought you were terrific in it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, it was a great show and so much fun to make, honestly. I don't, bigger powers than me decide things, but yeah, I'm definitely so happy I got to work on that one.
I think it's so neat. When you have, he was just bigger than life back in the 80s. He was putting out a movie every few months, and they were the action movies and stuff. And now he's able to take that and kind of do a little bit of a like a funnier take, not take himself so seriously. And he's basically playing himself, but different, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's a whole wink on, everything. Just shows that he has an awesome sense of humor about, this crazy profession that we're living in.
A lot of people don't have that, but why not? Just go out there and have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple others I forgot to mention. So you were Helen of Troy on Legends of Tomorrow.
Not a bad title to have. Yes.
No, that's pretty good. I was very excited when you showed up. I think you were on a couple episodes. When you showed up there the first time, I was like, hey,
Yeah, it was yeah, definitely something fun to have on my resume,
Well, once
toy. No,
you're in the DC universe now, so you might, maybe a movie or maybe you can play a superhero at some point.
who knows? Maybe. Yeah,
I'm
it was a great show to work on, honestly, and I had so much fun with the whole cast because it's really long days and a lot of hard work on those because obviously there's a lot of action and all this takes time, but they made it so much fun to work on that. Oh, and it was freezing cold. I don't know if you've seen one of my the costumes. There was like the classic superhero sort of.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of clothes, like when she's
Yeah.
coming from
Yeah.
the
Where was it filmed? Where
island.
were you?
Canada
Yeah, that's what I
in
figured.
the
Like
winter.
Vancouver.
I think so. I think so,
Yeah.
but don't quote me on that. I'm so
Yeah. I mean,
not
when
good
you've
with
got like
geography,
legs
apparently.
exposed and stuff, it's cold.
Oh, it was snowing, literally snowing, and at night, and you have to. So that just shows you that if I'm still, even after that freeziness, saying such positive things about that experience, it was that they made
were
it
born
fun,
in
the whole cast
Russia.
and crew. Yep.
So
Yeah,
you should
no,
have a
not an
little
excuse.
bit.
Everybody tells me that. Nope. Nope.
Doesn't make a
once your
difference.
buddy figures out that there is, warmer climates out there, it won't accept anything
I think
below
that's
70
true.
degrees.
Like you can get used to being cold, but once you've been warm and living in a warmer place, you can't go back.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You're spoiled. It's true. It is.
You made an
absolutely
appearance
true.
on Bosch, which I love. We've been lucky enough to talk to a lot of that cast. So I definitely wanted to bring that up because you were really good on that too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a great show. It was really a lot of fun to work on that one too. Very different part and vibe of the show and everything. But yeah, it was exciting. They had like a whole dance choreographed there, and yeah.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
They need to bring you back. They're doing a spinoff.
Oh, they're doing a spinoff.
Yeah,
that's good. Good to know. See, I'm just
I'm gonna help you out. You're gonna be very busy.
You're not getting 10%. I'm sorry.
No, let me run this by you. Since you brought this up, let me run this by you. This is my idea to get into Hollywood. So you've got an agent, publicist, manager, you have all that stuff, and they do a great job. So I don't want any part of that. But I haven't figured out exactly what to call it yet. I'm going to be the guy that goes in after you have the part, and I negotiate all the fun stuff. So be stuff like, well, she'll do it, but she has to keep the costume. So you get to take the costume off. That type of stuff.
Right.
Everybody always wants that. They want something from the set, a souvenir, or maybe the clothes they're wearing so they can wear them at Halloween. So there's something there.
It's just a misconception about actors being all those kleptomaniacs or something that keep on stealing stuff from set. I don't know why.
You wouldn't have to do that anymore.
Interview an actor from anywhere, it's like, what'd you keep from set? We're not thieves.
I could fix that because I'll just negotiate that in.
Yeah, it's
I just haven't figured out how I would get compensated from that, but I'll figure it out.
Look, like everybody else in Hollywood, I say take percentage of the pie. So, that's how it works.
Bringing home,
right in the gravy.
You're bringing home like a superhero costume, and I'm getting like a cape.
The cape is the best part. No. We're negotiating, like the left sock, maybe.
I get one boot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not going a thread more.
Oh, shoot. Is there a genre that you haven't got to do or haven't got to do as much as you'd like that you would like to try?
Maybe some period stuff. That's quite interesting. I don't think
a lot of that going on now.
Too much. Yeah, and it's something I definitely would like to try and experience.
I think you would fit in like a World War II time period.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I
love that
yeah,
period.
I think you would fix up and look in place for that time period.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah,
Of course, you
like
might want, maybe you
40s.
want to be a fighter pilot or something. I don't know. You want to get in on the action.
Hey, as long as it's period, I'll play a tree.
Maybe that's how I
No,
could get into acting. Could be
see
a tree.
a tree, a stone. There's a lot of objects you can choose from, as long as you have the costume and the attitude.
Oh, I could bring some tree attitude, I think.
See, so
I
you're
have to work on
already
that too. I gotta
almost in
work.
there.
I like that period piece because I was trying to think. I was like, well, she'll probably say comedy or something. Never would have thought that, but now's the perfect time to do it because there's so many of them coming out.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I think, Resurrection, sort of about the period stuff. Yeah, like with Bridgerton. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it, but yeah, I think there is a lot of. It's
I
very.
wanted to ask you. I saw an old interview of yours. I mean, it's a while back, but you said you had always wanted to work with Goldie Hawn. Have you ever got to work with her?
I never got to yet, but
All right.
never say never.
That's the
and
one
hope never dies.
A period piece with Goldie Hawn. I think that's the one.
Oh, that would be amazing. That's like, okay, that's my new, on my to-do list.
That's your bucket list.
A period piece, yes, with Goldie Hawn.
With Goldie Hawn.
She's amazing. I love her.
She is amazing.
I love her.
She is amazing. We're gonna make that one happen. The fans demand.
Get her on the podcast, and then yeah. We'll start. Yeah.
I've been chasing her around so that I can get her on, and then I can make my pitch to her for you.
See?
Like Bar, she'd really like to be in a period piece with you. You can pick
with
the
you.
period.
But we'll suggest the 1940s. But just throwing it out there.
And we're just throwing it out there. But whatever you want to do, she might be a 1920s type of person. I don't know.
Hey, whatever Goldie wants, Goldie gets.
That's right, Goldie gets. She's earned it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, she's brilliant and amazing, and one of my favorites.
Is there a show that you are watching now, or that you binged, while we were on, all secluded? Is there something that you enjoy right now?
Okay, I watched while we were all, locked up and with a lot of free time, a show. It's called Call of Duty. No, oh my God.
I know what Call of Duty
video
is.
game, which just tells you how. Oh my God, I forgot the name.
Which my son's a big Call of Duty fan too. Oh,
it's a British show, and it's
Is it a police show?
Yes, it's a police show.
Is it oh, it's not in the line.
In the line of duty. Okay, see, I'm so close. I think that's what it's called, right? Can I Google?
Oh my gosh, I love that show.
I'm cheating.
Yeah, find out, because I absolutely love that show.
Line of Duty.
Yes,
Line of Duty. Yes.
Line of Duty. I love that show. Did you watch the new season?
Was season 6, is it?
Yeah,
the
most
recent
recent
one.
season.
Yes.
Oh
I did.
It was so twisty.
So good. It's so good. It's brilliant. The performances are great. The storylines.
Absolutely one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
They always have really cool guests, guest stars for a season, because it's only like 5 or 6 episodes. That's a season.
Yeah. That's true. No, it's so good.
Well,
and it's so sad once a show like this ends.
Yes, because it's so
feel
quick.
This void in your life. You're like, what do I do now with my evenings?
Well, and this last season, it called back to like one of the early seasons. Like you have to know the history of the show.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Yeah, you can't just jump in the middle.
Happening.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I hope it comes back for a new season. I mean, they still got a little bit of a, we still don't know who's pulling the strings.
Oh, yeah. No, I think, they left it open-ended enough for us to sort of demand another one for 2 or 5.
Love that show.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
so
brilliant
happy
show, I
that,
agree.
that you're a fan of that show. That would be a good one for you to be on.
Once they get the
Once they
the 7th season, I think.
7th
would be-
season.
Yeah.
Maybe,
See, no,
maybe we
you're
could
just
pitch that
piling
to
up all
Goldie
those
too.
jobs. Yeah, that
I
I'm
know
going
you're
to
gonna be very busy.
to be on.
I know it's like you're not working now. I'm pitching all this stuff out there. Well, I'm good at coming up with things you
Hey,
should
the
do.
more work, the better.
Yeah.
See?
Well, you never know. See, now we know we can't take it for granted. You know, you have to, if you get a chance to do something, you need to do it, because who knows? We may be stuck at home again.
Or 2 in our case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
crazy is this COVID? Just
I
out
did-
of
I keep-
nowhere, and all of our lives are upside down.
changed. I keep looking back, you know, when we first got kind of locked down there a couple years ago, and we were all kind of thinking, I can do this for a few weeks, no big deal. And it just kept going.
and going. And then, once we thought, oh, okay, we're out of it. No, guess what? There's another wave and of this. And it's,
That's it.
it's absolutely.
It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah. But think about it, like in I don't know, 20 years from now, or we're going to look back on this time and be like, yeah, we lived through this crazy, historical event, really. Yeah. And, survived somehow.
I think we will too. I think like future generations are going to be looking back and be like, why is everybody wearing a mask? I think it's
it definitely will be something, in history books that they will learn about,
Yeah, I think
2019 was the year of what we learn now about. I don't know.
I think so.
Whatever plagues that happened before centuries ago.
Well, Bar, thank you so much. This has been terrific. I really appreciate you taking some time with me today.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
All right, I got a couple
and
things.
I got all these jobs lined up now.
I know. I didn't want you to leave it empty-handed, so I brought some stuff to the table. You can. You feel free to that. Jump on those. Those are for you.
Yeah. No, I'll look through it. Figure out what's what.
Oh shoot. Okay, a couple of things before you go. Anything that you're working on that we didn't discuss? Anything we can kind of keep an eye out for?
There is a movie that's called Painted Beauty that's supposed to come out soon. So that should be a lot of fun, a thriller, very cool and edgy and stylized. So I'm excited.
Are you the killer?
I can't tell you this stuff. I mean, might as well, not. Yeah, don't watch the movie. She did it.
Yeah, she did. You can skip it. It was her.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one's coming out.
Where can we find you on social media?
Social media, just Bar Paly. Go to Instagram, Twitter, the usual.
Pretty
just
easy.
My name. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy. You don't have.
I'm not promising to be super exciting or have a lot of, don't promise anything.
I hope to see you playing a piano on there at some point.
Oh, that's the thing. You know what? I might put that on there. Okay. One of those days, a few months from now, it will be like dedicated to you, me.
I know. I'm going to be
butchering Mozart or something.
Just going through my day, scrolling through Instagram or something. It'll be dedicated to Mike. I'll be like, what?
Yeah, and it will be awful. Like Mozart will be not happy.
Well, if you do that, I will dedicate one of my, early piano songs and play that back to you, which you want to talk awful. There you go.
We'll do a competition.
We'll do a little competition.
We're
and
shaking
we'll let the
right
fans
now.
decide. That's right.
Who was worse?
That's right.
Okay, it's on.
It's on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. So last thing, if you're willing, if you can give me just a say your name, you're watching Too Opinionated.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, because then I'll use that.
Okay. Hi, I am Bar Paly, and you are watching Too Opinionated.
Oh, you did that really well. I think.
See, that's why I get paid the big bucks.
I was gonna say, I think you might have a future in this business.
Thank you. I'll remember that.
Maybe. I don't want to get you the, give you the big head, but you might be all right. Maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll consider that one.
All right, Bar. Hang on 1 second. All right, so that was Bar Paly, and that was so much fun. That was so much fun. She's lovely. That was really terrific. I hope you guys enjoyed that. She is such a good actress, and it's probably not an easy transition to go from modeling into acting, but she's done so good at it. Everything that we see her in, we absolutely love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. We appreciate that. Don't take that for granted. If you haven't done so yet, we could really use your help. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel. So if you could like and subscribe, that would just be the best for us. So it's YouTube MeisterCon Pod. So please help us out with that. You can find all 350 or so episodes on our website, meistercon.com. There's a terrific blog from Brett. I mean, he is such a good writer. It's geeky, it's fun, it's well written. This was a Star Wars one, so you'll enjoy that. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering conventions, all of that will be on the website, meistercon.com. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, bye, everybody.